Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. So if you're dealing with a lot of lower back pain right now, a muscle that you need to focus on is called the quadratus lumborum. Personally, I think that this is one of the most overlooked muscles that cause lower back pain. If you're unfamiliar with the quadratus lumborum, commonly called the QL muscle, it's a muscle that runs from the bottom of your ribs off to the side of the spine towards the top of your pelvis. And when this muscle becomes strained and inflamed, it can cause a lot of lower back pain that can travel towards the hip. What usually causes this is a blend of weakness and tightness that builds in the muscle over time. To fix this, I'm going to go over exercises that will help release this tightness and strengthen the muscle for both quick and long-lasting relief. Each exercise works differently. To get the best results, go through them all and use what gives you the most relief. With that being said, let's get started. So if you're dealing with a lot of lower back pain right now, this is the exercise that I would start with because it can give instant relief. We're going to start standing in whatever side that you're having the most amount of pain or discomfort. Let's say it's your right side. Take that side's leg and place over the other side just like this, feet pointed straight ahead. And with this one too, I'd like to have a really wide stance just to the point where I feel a really good stretch forming over the painful side's hip. Once we feel that, we're going to hold that position, take the hand on the other side, place it right over our hip. Now press your hips towards that painful side just to the point where you feel a deep but comfortable stretch forming over the hip into the lower back. Once you feel that, you're now going to take the hand on the painful side and place it overhead just like this. Now you know why we call this one the ballerina. The movement very straightforward. Just press your hips towards that painful side while you lean away with your back at the same time. You're going to feel a deep stretch form. I pretty much feel it across my ribs, working into my lower back, towards my belt line, into the hip. Once you feel that, hold this for 20 seconds, release it, and then repeat it 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, build into it just a little bit more. To take this one to the next level though, we can do what is called a twist and lean. This is going to target some more muscles and offer more relief. So what I'm going to do this time around is press my hips towards that painful side until I feel that initial stretch, hold this, and now twist or turn towards the other side. Build into this one until you feel a really good stretch forming in your back. You're going to hold this and now you're going to lean away like this to deepen that stretch. This time around, I only hold it for about 5 seconds, relax, and then twist and lean over and over again until I can't go any further or I'm not getting any more improvement. So with this one too, just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always switch to the other and repeat to help keep everything in balance. Here's another really good exercise that can give instant relief. This one is called the seated lean. We're going to start with very good upright posture. Whatever side that you're having the most amount of pain or discomfort, let's say it's your right side, take that side's ankle and place over your other side's knee. So when you look down, it should look like a figure 4. The first thing that we want to do is take this bent knee and press it towards the floor as much as we can until we feel a really good activation of the muscles around the hip, including the glutes or the buttocks. But don't use your hands. Instead, use your leg and hip strength to do all of the work. Once we feel that deep activation, we're going to hold this and now simply lean away at the same time with our back. At this point, you should feel a deep stretch form across your ribs, working into your lower back towards the belt line into the hip. So we're going to target the quadratus lumborum and the glutes at the same time. 5-second hold, you're going to release this and then repeat it 5 to 10 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. If you would like to take this one to the next level and see if you can get some more relief, we can now add in a twist and lean motion. So let's press our knee down, activate the glutes, hold that. And what I like to do with this one is kind of put my arms out in front of me like a genie position. And I'm just going to slowly turn towards the other side as much as I can until I feel a really good stretch forming in my back. Hold that and now lean away at the same time. So again, we're going to twist and lean to deepen that stretch. 5-second hold, relax, and then repeat this 5 to 10 times. And with each repetition, just build into it more and more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like it needs a little bit more, you can keep repeating this over and over again until everything loosens up. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always switch to the other side and repeat to help keep everything in balance. So if you're looking for something a little bit more advanced that can give a really deep stretch into the lower back, give this one a try. It's called the 90-90. We're going to start on a floor and you want the most tight or painful side towards the back. So I'm going to demonstrate what to do if you have left-sided lower back pain. Our front leg is going to go straight out in front of us, knee bent at 90 degrees, while our back leg goes straight off to our side, knee also bent at 90 degrees. The arm on the other side you can use as support to try to keep your back as straight as possible. So the first thing that we want to do is take this back hip and just press it straight down towards the floor as much as we can until we feel a really good activation of the muscles around the hip that possibly works into the lower back. Hold that during this exercise. From here, you're going to keep your back nice and straight and lower your chest towards the floor. So let's lean forward as much as we can. You're going to feel that stretch deepen considerably into that hip, working into the lower back. Once you feel it in the lower back, let's hold this for 20 to 30 seconds, come back up, take a breather, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. So if you would like to take this one to the next level, we can add in a reaching motion. So let's press that hip towards the floor, hold that, take the hand on the painful side and reach forward just like this. What we're going to do is now reach towards the other side. So I'm kind of scooping my hand across my body and reaching towards my right as much as I can. The stretch now is going to be felt a little bit more across the ribs into the lower back towards the hip. That's how you know you're targeting that quadratus lumborum muscle. 20 to 30 second hold, you're going to relax, and then you're going to repeat this 3 to 5 times. But with all of these movements, if you find that they're helping out and you need a little bit more, just keep throwing repetitions in until everything is nice and loose. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always switch to the other side and repeat to help keep everything in balance. So now let's focus on a couple strengthening exercises that can give long-lasting relief. This first one is called a hip hiker, and all you're going to need is a stair or a step. For demonstrative purposes though, I'm going to use a yoga block. So whatever side that you're having the most amount of pain or discomfort, let's say it's our right side, what we're going to do is step up with the other side's foot on that stair while the painful side's foot goes off the edge. During this exercise, let's try to keep our back and body as straight as possible, and all movement needs to come through the hip and through the pelvis. So to make it a little bit easier, take the hand on the side of pain and place it right on your hip. Now pay attention towards my foot and hip movement with this exercise. What I'm going to do is slowly raise or hike that painful hip upward towards the ceiling as much as I can until I feel a deep activation of the muscles around the hip, including the glutes or the buttocks, that finally works into the lower back, targeting the quadratus lumborum. It's really important that we feel it in the lower back. Once we do, let's hold this comfortably for 5 seconds, and then what we're going to do from there is slowly lower that foot towards the floor. But don't let it touch, just let it hover above the floor, because at this point you're now going to feel a really deep stretch form on the other side. I really like this exercise because it helps stretch the quadratus lumborum on one side while strengthening it on the other. It's kind of like you get a twofer. Again, about a 3 to 5 second hold, and then as a fluid movement, we're going to go up and down 5 times in both directions, and with each repetition, build into it just a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always do on the other to help keep everything in balance. So here's another really good strengthening exercise that can give long-lasting relief. This is going to be a modified side plank. We're going to start on a floor with the most tight or painful side on the bottom. So I'm going to demonstrate what to do if you have a lot of left-sided lower back pain. You want your body nice and straight, knees bent at 90 degrees, and bring them forward just a little bit from your body. What you're going to do from there is support your upper body weight on your forearm just like this. So this one is going to be a progressive exercise. Let's start with the movement that is the easiest. What I'm going to do is just simply lift my hips upward towards the ceiling as much as I can until I feel a deep activation of the muscles in the lower back working towards my legs. This one really targets that quadratus lumborum muscle. Try to hold this one for about 3 to 5 seconds, relax, take a breather, and then repeat this 10 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, challenge yourself by by throwing in another set or two. But if you would like to take this one to the next level, make it a little bit more challenging, this is what we can do. So let's take this top leg, and what I'm going to do is straighten it like this at my knee and have that top leg in line with my bottom leg. And then from there, I'm going to lift my hips upward. You're going to have a little bit more body weight to deal with. So again, it becomes a little bit more challenging. You can take this one to even the next level though by going into the full side plank. So for this one, we're going to have both knees straight, legs together, and have your body in a nice straight line. And then from there, support your body weight on your ankles and forearms like this and lift your hips upward. This one is really hard to do. 3 to 5 second holds, relax, repeat it 10 times. But go through all of these movements, progress into them as much as you can, and keep throwing repetitions in until it feels like you got a really good workout. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always do on the other to help keep everything in balance. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.